Kim McGillis here, joining you live from Ontario. Let's see if this is working. It is November 7th today. It is working actually. Here we go. I'm just gonna set this here. So how have you been? So many things have been happening. Started decorating a little bit for Christmas. I only decorate in my studio because my daughter's birthday is coming, and there's a rule in this house where I do not want to decorate before her birthday. It's kind of a thing. So, but I've been in a storage all morning sorting things out from our house in Saskatchewan, because last Christmas we were in Saskatchewan. So I haven't even looked at the boxes that the movers brought in. So storage is a bit out of control here. Let's see. I've got a new suite for you today. Hello, Joan from Washington State. I love seeing some people. I'm a little late today, actually, just because I needed to do a couple of things on the personal side. So it's not my usual time. Normally it's Friday at noon, but it is 12:30. So if ever you're watching live, please say hello. If you're watching the replay, please say replay. So many people took advantage of the starter kit. That is so fun. I hope all your orders have started coming in, and then you could start creating as well. What do you have plans for the weekend? I have some shopping to do. I have like this green gown for this beautiful gala that we're going to, and I don't know what color of shoes. What color of shoes do you wear with like a hunter green dress? I Googled, I asked ChatGPT. I was not too sure what I was gonna do, but anyways, that's, I'm just excited. It's Friday. I get to see and spend time with my husband all weekend, and they're announcing some snow. I'm not too sure when we're getting it, but I am supposed to fly out for backstage, and I'm a little bit nervous because I don't know if I'll be able to fly out, because I think it's our first winter storm coming in, so that's a bit tricky. Hello, Christine. How are you? Chilly here a little bit, and that's why I think we should start crafting in some holiday projects. If you are from Canada, and you purchase for $65 this month, we have the Traditions of Christmas Suite collection that you could get 12 tutorials for free. I'll show you that shortly. Also, we've released the 12 Days of Crafting event calendar. So from any country, you can purchase boat tutorials. They are in my tutorial store. If you go to kimmcgillis.com, in the shop section, you'll be able to see boat tutorials are there, and then it will just adjust to your currencies. And it is delivered right away, so you are able to look at that tutorial right away. Message me if you're having any issues, but normally it's all good now. I've fixed everything. All the tutorials should be popping in. But if you're a Canadian and you're placing that order, you get that order directly sent to you. You do not need to purchase that. So that's just a little side note. New collection to show you today. I am going to put my screen down. Let's hope this works today. Like sometimes I have so much issues. I know I need to get like a little video cam, but I'm not there yet. So, and I had shared that my phone is broken too, so it's kind of fun, right? Sent a message to my husband. He always calls me when I'm doing my lives, so I told him, do not call me while I'm doing my live. So hopefully he won't call. So silver shoes, Joan said. You know what, Joan? It is funny because I've wore that gown before. I'm not grabbing any dress that's brand, like I didn't purchase a dress. I'm using something that I have, and that's what I wore the last time. It was like silver shoes. So not too sure if that's what I should do or if I should do something else. But anyways, we'll see. I'll keep that in mind. And then Joan is saying that she's putting up some Christmas decor. So this is a tutorial. Like if you've purchased the Traditions of Christmas, like receiving 12 things that you can make, from 3D objects to cards to fun fold to scrapbooking, it's kind of a great investment. So you might want to look at that. And then this one here is the 12 Days of Crafting advent calendar. So that too, like it's a little door, every single door. The challenge was fun because every single person that created with, like I was allowed to use 5 of the doors. So that's why my project includes that. So kind of a good investment too. So just go to my shop for that. There are a couple other tutorials that are going to be coming into my shop. I have just taken a little bit of a step away for crafting for a little bit for some how do you say, self-love and things that I needed to do. So these are coming in. You'll probably want to go look at them. You could also subscribe to my email if ever I should be posting and sending a message about that. There's also new online exclusive that you might want to look at. So let's look at this beautiful suite, Elegant Pine Snowflake Suite. Love the designer series paper. If you've purchased that suite, just maybe comment or maybe just say Snowflake or post a Snowflake. I would love to know. So I've done all my projects within the whites, but I am really tempted to go within the darks because I do love this look that it has going. So I love that the paper could be used all year long, not just for the holiday season when you look at this variety of colors. So it's simply stunning, right? So it is back order right now, but it's going to be back on the week of the 17th. And I did host a class here in person and I have some left over. So you could always message me if ever you live close by and want some extra paper or you want to have that shipped to you for a cost. So that's the paper here. And then the gems are little snowflakes. And they come in 3 colors. You see where I'm going, right? I'm using all of these, but you have the silver, the red tones, and like the pretty peacock type of tones. So love. And then there's different sizes as well. So that's fun too. Lisa's saying she does have this suite. And then Joan said that she bought the designer series paper so far. Linda's saying hello from Minneapolis. Okay, so here we go for that. And then maybe Joan, I'll convince you to get this this stamp set in the bundle. So these are the dies. Look how wonderful they are. You could build your own snowflakes, which I'm just going to show you a little later on. You know me, I know I can't say this word because I'm French, right? So foliage. Anyways, I love when there's foliage included. And then these you can make little branches or large snowflakes. Extra big pine cones, smaller pine cones, and then these could also be snowflakes. I always say something like snowflakes are like so different. I have, I think, every single set of snowflakes from Stampin' Up just because I love them so much. And you could never have too many snowflakes. Like to have them in different colors is so fun. So this is called, like the dies are delicate pine dies. So, and then I'm just gonna show you the stamp set. I ordered both because I hosted a class. I always liked for my guests to be able to have the stamps with the greetings, the sentiments in English and in French. So it's the same collection except I have the stamp set in French and then this stamp set in English. Comes with 14 stamps and then you have 3 different sentiments, but I always love to cut my sentiment. It must be my the nurse in me, the nursing size. It's like I'm always like going ahead and cutting some words. For instance, I could grab this word and say celebrate the season, and I would just put celebrate on a card, and that's what I do for my little baby cards, and I'll show you that a little later. So very beautiful collection. Lisa also keeps them all. Oh, that's fun. So Lisa's asking, is my website to shop my tutorials on my Facebook page? Nope, it's just if you type in kimmcgillis.com and then there's a shop button right there. So you can see that there. There is also part of this collection, a beautiful, stunning ribbon that you could also use during the holidays just to wrap up your gift. It's in shaded spruce. It has a beautiful line of gold on each side, and I decided to use that for my projects. for the class that I hosted because I thought it was so fun that it coordinated. So if you do want this class to go, it comes in a package where you get all your rhinestones, well, they're snowflakes really, and then you get a full roll of this part, and then you get also the designer series paper, and then I have pre-cut everything for you. I can't do the stamping, so you might have to add on the bundle on a side, but these things are part of your package. So if ever you're from Canada, because I can't ship in other countries, please just send me a message, or even in this Facebook tutorial, you could just say class please, and then I will reach out to you. Okay, so let's get crafting. I'm going like on is it landscape? Is that how we say it? Yeah, landscape. So we're gonna do landscape today. So this is a 5.5 by 8.5, and I'm just gonna score here halfway, trying to align this here, taking my bone folder for that sharp crisp fold, and then on the opposite side we're just gonna go at 4 by 5.25. So I'm just testing it here. I'm using basic white. By the way, basic white is currently on low inventory. So if you're missing basic white and you love to use it just as much as I do, I suggest you go grab a couple of packs. I did that because I'm so scared that it will run out. So okay, so today I'm like going a little crazy on colors. I'm gonna use shaded spruce. It is my green to go this holiday season. I do not know why, but I've aimed at shaded spruce. I have old olive as well, pool party, a little bit of pretty peacock, and a little bit of Lost Lagoon. So I am going into the blues, but you know what? It doesn't need to be a holiday card. It could also be a card that you do and use for any holiday, birthdays, that sort of thing, like not only for Christmas. So I do love this color combination. So I'm gonna toss this aside for now. We're gonna go with pool party. So here I am, grabbing that pool party. Hey, I'm gonna grab a blending brush and just gonna add this to the tiny little piece right here. I don't know if you could see the shade in there, but there is some pool party right here. And then for my sense of everything, you know, I like to add specks. I'm just using my lid and adding the cover of my stamping blend just to add those little specks right here. So very soft, very subtle, which is me, right? I like these softer tones, the calm looking tones. Blue is my favorite color, so I like to do that. So we have this part done. Now comes the big Papa stamp. Here we go. Here it is. So I'm going to use this snowflake. Look how big it is. It's tremendous. When I hosted my class, my Versamark disappeared. Imagine that. I don't know where the Versamark went, but it went away. We don't know where it went. It's gone. So I have this old Versamark that I'm using currently. So here we go. And then this one, I think I'm gonna go with, let's see. So if I go with green, Lost Lagoon, I think I'm gonna go with Lost. Debating which color should I do my large snowflake, or do I go bold in the greens and stuff? No, let's do Lost Lagoon. I was like debating here for a second, so stop right there, Kim. I like to use my embossing buddy. So let's grab that embossing buddy And then embossing buddies remove the static so you don't have as many little specks. So we got one here. This is great, like when you're using Versamark, to just have like that tone on tone look. I love that. I'm gonna do a second one here. So you can stamp and have that tone on tone look. It would be so cute. So now I'm gonna use our Wow Opaque Bright White and just sprinkle it on here just like snow. You see the difference, how there's hardly any little specks of white that's left from the powder because of the embossing buddy. So that is part of the kit when you get the trays, so you get to see that part. Okay, I'm gonna make a lot of noise here. I'm sorry for that. We should have embossed it ahead of time, but I always tell everyone not to go like this. You really want to stay focused. There we go. Almost done. It's like my cord keeps giving some loose, and then I was just like giving it a little tug, and then it would hit my sheet because I'm heating away from. Perfect. So there are dies, we don't need to cut them, but we're gonna wait for that a little later on. Now let's grab some beautiful leftover white. Hello Sonia, how are you? I hope you saw, Sonia, when it was your birthday. I said happy birthday because I knew it was your birthday, and I had to share the comment because anyways, I hope you had a fun birthday and you did lots of fun things. Let's grab Pretty Peacock here. Again, with my blending brush, I'm going to create a couple of rows. So here we go. This is Pretty Peacock. I think I have enough here. That looks good. And then I'm going to go with Shaded Spruce. And I'm going to do the same exact thing. And I do not want, it's like there's something underneath, it to be perfect. So I don't mind that it's like this bold, and I could blend a little bit of the two together. I must have something under that cardstock. So we have those two. And then I am gonna bring some Lost Lagoon. You see there's like a little bit of similarity in the tones. Perfect. Now let's grab more Lost Lagoon and just sprinkle it a little bit everywhere. There we go. Okay, you're probably like, what is she doing here? So now I'm gonna use my aqua painter or water painter. They're called water painter now. The aqua painters was the blue one. So this is just water that I'm sprinkling on, creating that look of watercoloring without really having too much effort into it. Okay, we've got that. So let me approach this. Hello, Natalie. Natalie's in a big move. I don't know if she's moved yet, but oh my goodness, she must be so busy. And then you could just heat it with a heat tool if you want, but it kind of looks like specks of water. We created our own pattern paper. I'm gonna remove this part here. Okay, so now comes my big guy. Try to tuck this in. Ooh, it's a little tight. Let me just remove one more row. Perfect. So we have this here. These dies, make sure there are no little specks of cardstock left in there from your previous. And then, unfortunately, I would have preferred going this way because I am gonna switch it. I find the die cutting prefers when it's on the vertical mode, so I'm just gonna put it this way. It's gonna be easier. I could just do more than one, that's all. So let's grab some foliage right here. And so we got those two. Yeah, let's do that for now. And I like to bring it back. When they're very delicate, just bring it back a notch. So once you do that, it helps. And then we just have to poke them out. I do have the real pokey thing. Here we go. So, anybody have big plans for the weekend? Is everybody decorating? It's November, it's dark out. Maybe we'll try to do our Christmas lights if it's not raining. Maybe some of you are baking. Our stove is broken. Like it's a 3-year-old stove. Like you think that we paid like a lot of money for it and it's broken. So here we go. So we have the first one that's Lost Lagoon here. So now I can't do any baking, and that's my favorite thing to do. I'm a baker. Here's the green one. You see how it's nice that you're not perfect? Like it just makes these leaves look so good without the perfection of having to do exactly like the image. Let's see if we could tuck this. And I keep these leftovers. Like I love to keep these little pieces as leftovers so I could reuse again. Here there's a little town called Vanklekill, like it's about 10K away. They're having like their open house Christmas. So they decorated a couple of houses and then you could just go in the homes if you bought tickets, and then you get to visit all the decorations for Christmas. And then there's a couple of little cute coffee shops and things like that. So that could be something fun to do, but I didn't get a ticket, so here we go. And you might get little green hands like I do right now. But this is my favorite technique out of every single technique. It is so much fun to design your own watercolor paper. And then, I don't know if you've ever tried it, but it's addictive. Totally addictive. I think I almost do it with every single stamp set because I like it so much. So again, this is Lost Lagoon. My foliage leaves are, I shouldn't be pulling, but I'm trying to hurry up for you here. So look at this, how pretty that is. So we got darker shades, lighter shades. We also have this little guy, which was pool parties. So let's do a couple of pool parties. We could also mix two colors together. So pick your favorite tones, whichever tones that you love. You want to grab some of Linda said she just finished 40 Christmas cards. I love that. And now she's looking at what to bake. So she is in progress mode here. Oh, see, I broke one little leaf. It's okay. I'm almost done die cutting. So I'm gonna do this one. And now, my cards are never simple. Never simple. I wish I could do all this simple, but it doesn't work out that way. So let's see. Let's maximize the usage here. Perfect. We should start a group and all share baking recipes. That would be so fun. By the way, I have not had caffeine in almost 3 weeks now, which is, I'm like impressed that I could still function and focus. Started by drinking coffee at 36, and I think really coffee and I don't agree. So, because I like the frou-frou coffees, I can't drink it black, so I decided just to quit it. So that's what's going on in this house. Love the smell though, but since I'm not drinking black coffee. Did everybody see the hype about those bear cups at Starbucks? Like, I was like, Chris, could you grab me a bear cup? I want one. So I'm not drinking the coffee, but I would love that cute little bear. And then he like finished work, and then he asked the guy's like, oh no, I think we had 4 and they were gone like instantly when we opened, which is probably the staff that grabbed them. And then somebody saw on Amazon that you could get those Starbucks bear cups, but they don't deliver in Canada, so I couldn't get the bear cup. See, Linda says that she would love to share recipes. I have one of the ladies that attends a class, and on my team, she always bakes the yummiest food and cooks the yummiest food. Like, we do potlucks when we're doing a card class, and I love all her recipes. Okay, so I'm done all my die cutting. I'm sorry, it was a little bit longer than I thought, but it's okay. There you go. Let's toss this aside. It's Friday. We have piles of times. So look at all those little leaves, and we have all these pieces. I'm gonna toss these aside here. And now let's bring back our card. So I am gonna go with my center, which is this one. Oh, just this on its own. If you don't like complicated cards, it looks wonderful. It actually does. So I got fresh dimensions. Love that too. So I am gonna go with the backing first. A white card base, love. I do try to incorporate some darker tones, but I love me some white card base for sure. Okay, so here we go. So that's the one we decorated with our pool party. And now we're gonna pop this one right here. And on its own, you could just add a greeting, and I'm just gonna go a little crooked actually. You could add a greeting on there, a little ribbon and blings, and that would be a cute card if you put a sentiment right there. But we're gonna go a little bit more in depth with this. So I am gonna pop that second piece right here, so it creates that height, which looks cute too. My goodness, I really like it just like that. It's crazy. So now we're gonna do my nursing surgery part. Cut these in half, and we're gonna start tucking some in. I am gonna pop out all these little pieces here because I do want to see through, but you don't have to. That's a Kim problem. We have one here that I am going to tuck underneath. And this one too has 2 little pop-ups. And I love that there's little white branches too that you get to see. Okay, so remember me, I love to use my mini glue dots because I don't want it to be like, if I use my green glue, it'd be stuck there and I don't want that. So here we're adding some little snowflake branches. I call them snowflake branches because they could be branches too. Okay, so we're gonna go with the first one right here. And I'm just adding in layers. Now I do want to go bold right away, and let's add some green. So I find holes, just like if you were like building a floral bouquet. Just gonna tuck this one right here, and I'm filling my holes. Okay, so I'm gonna add one right down here. Go. Thank you, Linda. Linda's liking. Joan says that she does not do Starbucks, she does local ones, and I love that, Joan. We love local coffees. My husband just bought this local coffee and he loves it. Anyways, I don't know how it's gonna go for me. No caffeine while I'm at backstage, but I will try my best. Just gonna add another one right here. And you see, like, this one has another variation of tones, which is great, but there's still like that tone on tone look, like almost a monochromatic look going here. Here we go. Oof. I don't know if you could see what I see, but I'm loving the look here. And then you could add underneath little, this one is pecan pie, so let's add pecan pie right here. Perfect. And lost a leaf, but I could still fix it. Maybe another pecan pie up there. Now if you want more greens, you could add more greens. It's up to you. Here we go. And then this one, it lost its little way, so I'm just gonna use a glue dot and just add it. It won't really show. Perfect. Okay, so we have that look right here. So now comes a little bit of embellishments. So let's do that. So remember, Stampin' Up had the simple elegant trim. It was silver and gold. I have like multiple packs, so I've been using them and including them in my classes as well. So if ever, you could message me, but I just feel like it's so festive. So I'm gonna use the silver one. You might have still some in your stash too. So check in your stash, maybe you have some. I am gonna do a double bow, so I don't know, do you have those trims? That was like from a couple of years ago. I've got these Tupperwares, they're full. And since I was in Regina, I wasn't hosting as many classes last year, so I still have some left over. Okay. Now we'll have to give it a big tug here. Perfect. So this is just gonna go on the side. I am gonna snip a little bit of the end there. And I will bring the card forward so you get to see like a close-up of it. So we're gonna add this here. It's coming along. Now for my gems. I could go two ways, but I think I'm gonna go with a big star in silver since I haven't used the silver stars and I should be like nice about it. And then maybe I'll add a silver star here and then here and maybe down here, or you could just go with one, up to you. You could add a lot or not a lot. Now I will grab one of the wishes. And since we have a lot of blues going, I'm gonna go with shaded spruce. So we could have a little bit more of a pop-up. Okay, so let's grab a scrap piece here. Doesn't this feel like non-traditional, right? To use green for my greeting, but I love it. Go. Just gonna snip it on both sides. Ooh. Perfect. So here's the greeting. Now comes the fun part. I'm gonna snip in the middle and then snip each side. Same thing for the other side. And then bone folder down, bone folder up. Okay, so now we've got our greeting here. So this is gonna come right there. I like to give it a curl. Before I do that, no, it's okay, I could do that after. Here we go. So just gonna tuck it right underneath here. I might have given it too much of a curl. Now let's just add, it's too white for me, so I'm just adding more specks of Pool Party to make it blend in. Here we go. How cute is that? It's adorable. I love the silver on there. And then I had a color challenge at the beginning of the week. I think it was this week. I can't even remember my weeks. But this one features different tones, so you can see it on my blog. I think it was my last post. So you get both colors. So these are colors that I would never have thought of putting together. Crumb Cake, Pretty Peacock, and what's the last color? Blackberry Bliss. So kind of fun. And then since I used like the linen thread, since we knew that was going to be in style here, I also want to show you, you know me, you know, if you've been following, I love babies. So I made with the same little technique one of the mini cards, and then I stamp instead of embossing it, I decided to stamp it. So same technique. And then if you look at my greeting, whoops, this is the French one. Let me grab this one. It says here, it's not with this one. I used the other stamp set. Sorry, it was for the other stamp set. Let me show you. From the previous class, there was like a very special someone. This time I just use special someone, so it just blends cutely in there. Made the coordinating envelope with our leftover designer series paper. So now I'm starting to build these cards around it. And then to show you, I guess if ever you've seen my post today, I made also the box. So you see the ribbon, it's a very fluffy ribbon right there. It opens like this. So a little bit of the same technique for here. And then I added these three little guys, well, 4 times to make that snowflake in the middle. Vellum is back, so that's kind of fun. And then when you open it, on the inside, it contains my 4 cards, so 2 on each side, which for this, I can't fit regular envelopes. I have to use the clear ones. And then you get to see here a little spot to add my envelopes in there. And then on the other side, I can add my little cards as well. So I made 4 little cards in there, so it fits perfectly in here. So if ever you're interested in getting the class, please just say class please, and I will message you. If you want the tutorial, just say tutorial please, and I will message you. But these are my projects for today. I hope that you've loved it, and that you have loved my collection today, and that you're gonna try that watercolor technique. So yeah, enjoy your day, everyone, and actually your weekend. I have a honey to-do list. I have to go do some house cleaning. And then if I remove the blue, look how pretty this is. Like everything coordinates. And then there's going to be 4 different cards on the inside as well to gift to someone. So maybe we could add chocolates in there, actually. Well, thank you, Linda. I'm happy that I was able to inspire you. It's kind of hard, right, to show things like this once you... from a top view, like, you know, when it's a 3D thing. But anyways, merci, Rosa. Thank you, Rosa. So anyways, if ever you want this tutorial, say tutorial please, and it will be also in my tutorial shop section. Have a great weekend, everyone. Bye-bye.